So one of the great things about books is you can write in as much character backstory as you want. You can, hopefully you layer it in. It's not just an info dump. But translating that to screen is hard. Is there a character that's been hard to translate from book to screen?
Hard? I don't know. I mean, there's some that are really easy. Mm-hmm. Like Amos is super easy.
No backstory.
Speak
right?
for yourself, buddy.
As he is on the show.
Actually, I'd say I think the trickiest one is Holden, because Steve has to deal with the character with the longest arc in the thing, where it really is this one guy's travel from where we meet him in book 1 to the end of book 9, and
Wait, you just gave away he's going to be in book 9.
yes. We haven't read book 8. So there's a
We die and
just having that kind of a really slow burn character arc, I think, is tricky to do when you're doing it like a season at a time. Mm-hmm. Sorry, dude. It's okay. Did what we could.
So the TV show doesn't exactly follow the books. Like season 1 is not book 1, season 2 is not book 2. There is layering. There's a little bit of mixing back and forth. How do you make those decisions when you're translating from book to season?
Well, you're asking the wrong people, because the guy who makes the decisions is sitting over on that side. But I mean, we always talk about it ahead of time. And in season 1, it was definitely Narain came in. He said, "Here's where I want to end season 1. Here's how much of the book I want to do in season 2." He had already planned it out. From that point on, it's always been a conversation. For seasons 2 and 3, we had a lot of conversation about it. But it really is. I mean, early on, what he said is there's a lot of story here, and we don't want to rush through it. Mm-hmm. And especially with the first book, which establishes the universe that the stories take place in, and is so important to what happens after that, he didn't want to rush through that and leave the audience sort of confused. Now that we've sort of gotten past the world building, we can speed up a little bit, which I think is a good thing. But yeah, so, I mean, it's at the end of season 3, we've caught up to the end of book 3, and so we can sort of get more on a traditional book a season kind of pace.
To the degree that we do that.
To the degree, yeah.
Timey-wimey, wibbly-wobbly.
Mm-hmm. Is there any character that originally did not in the books play as large a part, but then based on reaction to the TV show, you thought, oh, maybe...
You're asking me that because I'm sitting next to her. Right?
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, I mean, in Drummer doesn't make her first appearance in the books until book 5, right?
Book 5, and it's not a huge.
It's not a huge part, but we needed a character to sort of be a second in command to Fred Johnson, and it was Daniel's idea. He's like, why don't we just pull Drummer up? So we put her in, and everybody liked her. And so, you know, when we were looking for more stuff to do with sort of the Belter side that wasn't on the ship, she just was like an obvious fit for that. So she just wound up doing a lot more stuff.
And there were a lot of kind of characters that we folded into Drummer's World. So there's a bunch of folks from the books that you will never see in the show because the function that they performed.
Because Drummer ate them.
Because Drummer ate them all.
It's going to be a one-woman show by season 9. Come for all y'all.
I mean, you're like 5 characters at this point.
Yeah, really, actually, season 9 is just going to be Kara.
Yeah.
And flying the
Holden.
ship.
And Holden. I'm going to kill him.
And Holden, yeah.
What do you say to people who've seen the TV show but haven't read the books? How do you convince them to jump into reading the books?
They don't.
Do we do that?
Yeah.
You should.
Well, yeah, it's
Ty describes the show as a really expensive commercial for his book.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great ad campaign. Yeah. They spend a lot of money on it.
a few $1 million. You can sell literally thousands of books.
Yeah.